Hi, this is Michael with Peace and Favor, where we help you to find your path to peace. And I'd like to start by saying thank you for watching this video. Going to jump right in, and during my last videos, two or three videos, I've talked about tail feathers, which is literally our tails of ourselves, past and present. And what tail feathers are, I have it so that it can fit in like a 3x5 or 4x6 card. And there's nothing more than who we are, what event we're referring to, you describe the event, and what's the source of that information. And so as an example, one of my tail feathers, if I can use that, using me, is that in 1995, there was a gathering of called the Million Man March, October 16, 1995. And I got a chance to participate in that. And so while in the history books or whatever, it shows that a bunch of black men gathered in Washington, D.C. at the call of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Actually, it wasn't, it was Louis Farrakhan. From that, along with the support and leadership of Benjamin Chavis, had over, I think it was 850,000 men gathering in DC. And that it sounds cool, and it was very encouraging for all of us who attended. But the best part of the event occurred before the actual event occurred. And that was people travel from all over the country to come to this event. And so I'm from Florida, in Central Florida. And so we got on, a couple of vans, and we're driving up, and the day before. And as we're driving along the highway and stuff, you see other brothers heading for Washington, D.C. And it was the coolest thing ever. So if we stopped at a gas station, or you got in town and you go into the hotel or whatever it is, stopped at a restaurant, there are all these brothers who are on the way. And it was amazing, just encouraging that we're doing something positive. We're not going because we're mad at anybody. We're actually going on our own behalf and lifting ourselves up, if I can put it that way. And but going there, knowing that I was able to go because, one, I can get off from work, so it's good to have a job I can get off from, but also my wife was home taking care of the kids, didn't have to worry about that. I had the support of the home, of my family at home. But coming together as usually you have your Nation of Islam, the brothers, Muslims, they stay on their side, and you got the Christians on the other. In the van, it was everybody mixed up, encouraged, because we shared ancestry. We had a shared experience, shared background, and we had shared suffering in that the discrimination that we experienced. Nobody asked what our beliefs were, anything like that. All they did was saw the color of our skin and judged us immediately, and treated us accordingly to their judgments. That was something we shared. And so we had we had great conversations going, just wonderful fellowship. But getting there and looking out for each other, supporting each other, going through town, and some of the sisters, they would give us encouraging words as we went, and which was good for the heart and soul. But getting there and seeing all those men coming together that morning before all the events started, but people we gathered from that morning, and just coming together and watching the area where it's the same place where they do the inauguration by Capitol building, but watching the men start coming in, and a few at a time, and then more and more as the time began, drove closer. And it was absolutely amazing. There were tons of speeches, lots of celebrities, entertainers, political leaders, community folk. People brought their young groups out, young groups of young men out. It was amazing. It was just amazing. And I'm sharing that with you because I was there. But I'm not the only one that could tell the story. There were thousands of men that could tell the story. But how much have you heard from that event? In subsequent years, who talks about it? All right, but it was a life-changing event for me. One of the most encouraging things I have ever participated in, because it was just waves and waves of black men and no incidents, like no violence, no arguing. I had one guy near me who the park police or whatever came and got because he didn't seem to be mentally stable, and he ended up in the reflecting pool, not acting right or whatever. But the thing was, that was the extent. Like, I was sitting there, I watched that. It's like there were nobody, arrested or anything like that. It was like, it was awesome. Some people would, if someone seemed like they were going to act out or whatever, there were all these other brothers to give peer pressure, if I can use that term. It's like, we didn't come here for that. We came to lift up. And so it's because somebody hurt your feelings, get over it. And just being there as brothers, I'm saying it was amazing. There's no words I can say that would express to you, I share with you how I felt. Somebody else who that was their gift could do it. It's not me. All I can tell you was it was amazing being surrounded by all those black men, shoulder to shoulder, common experiences, common goals, just wanting to make the best, be our best, and to have our families to have the best chance to succeed. It was so cool. But anyway, that's an example where, yeah, you put some words down, but the good part is the story. And that, Million Man March, is an example of a tail feather. It's a tail that's a feather in my hat. I was so proud to be a part of it. And I know that my family was proud of me for participating. Anyway, this is Michael with Peace and Favor. God bless.